Today is Monday, June 24th of 2019, and we have what I would say two very important updates. We have the Breaking the Storm update and the comp cape changes, which a lot of people have been waiting for. I'm not comped, nor am I even near it, but we can still read through this specific article. We're going to start with Breaking the Storm first. Breaking the Storm. Now that the Land of Time is quite literally on the horizon, the workers at the REWORK dig site have redoubled their efforts to reach the mysterious landmass. They need your help to build a seaworthy vessel, and in return, they're offering a sizable reward. To get started with Breaking the Storm, speak to Mr. Mardeau near the REWORK dig site. You can also teleport to him from event notice boards all over Gielinor. Event schedule. As every shipwright knows, there are 4 phases to building a boat, and the whole thing can be finished in just 2 weeks. In phase 1, you'll be using your farming and woodcutting skills to grow enchanted trees and cut them down. Then use that wood and your construction skill to reinforce the hull of the boat. Phase 1 starts today on Monday, June 24th. As new phases arrive, additional skill activities become available. Phase 2 is positively riveting, by which we mean that you'll be using smithing and construction to forge rivets and attach them to the boat. Phase 2 kicks off on Thursday, June 27th. Choose between magic or invention for Phase 3, where you'll either be empowering the wards that will protect the boat on its journey, or tinkering with the engine. You didn't think we were going to row there, did you? Phase 3 begins on Saturday, June 29th. In the final phase, you'll put the finishing touches on the boat. Use divination to channel energy into the hull, or use crafting to sew a set of sails. Phase 4 commences on Thursday, July 4th, before the event wraps up on Sunday, July 7th. Disclaimer, we're not actually shipwrights. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Let's move on with the other portion of the article. Building materials. While completing skilling tasks during this event, you'll earn extra boat materials, up to a maximum of 500 per day. These are in addition to the boat materials you can earn from skilling throughout the world. As a thank you from the dig site staff, throughout the event, every volunteer will get a double XP boost while earning their daily boat materials, as well as the passive 10% boost across the dig site. You can extend this XP boost by purchasing and using a consumable booster, available from the event interface. In fact, you'll get your first for free. Just head over to the shop interface. Now let's read the rewards. Completing the main event will net you several rewards, including a pair of mystery boxes, the REWORK flag resting animation, and the Stormbreaker title. You'll also get a full set of REWORK's agent's armor, perfect for strutting your stuff around the land out of time. Perhaps more excitingly though, hand in enough boat materials and you can get an adorable Mardeau Jr. pet to follow you around, and you can record your epic adventures alongside one another. In addition to the main event, Mr. Mardeau is looking for someone to help him out with a spot of archaeology. Look forward to 500 free boat materials and a tome that gives the player magic XP on use as a reward for completing the task. And we have a little picture here of what to expect. By the way, we hope you've been taking care of that mysterious egg from the Gilded Extravaganza. Why not show it around the shipyard and see if it does anything exciting? No pun intended. Or pun intended, probably. Okay, this was a really interesting update. I'm actually a little excited to participate in this thing. Let's move on to the next update. Okay, there's a lot of changes in this one. I don't know much about comp cape. Frankly, I don't know much of the higher end stuff of this game, period. But hey, I'll still read you this article. So, comp cape changes. If you thought the dig site workers have been taking long to start sailing off to the land out of time, spare a thought for the poor J-mods who've been working on comp cape for a literal millennia. Plus, we'll reveal how you can get your mitts on the woodcutting elite outfit and some other rather stylish looking elf ears. Thanks to your feedback, we've been able to make some significant changes to the comp cape redesign. Here's the latest info. How the new comp cape will work. From now on, every significant content update will add at least one new comp cape requirement, and at least one new trim requirement. The only reason we won't add new requirements are if the content update is so small that there isn't really anything to create requirements from, if the nature of the update doesn't lend itself to requirements, if there's a strong reason why new requirements shouldn't be added. So an example for the first bullet point would be ninja fixes, an example for the second bullet point would be limited time events, and a few examples for the third bullet point would be the impact on the economy would be too large, the game would be disrupted in some way, and it would create too high a dependency on luck. The comp requirement will be something which requires you to participate in content enough to understand it. Essentially, the comp cape should represent a player who has played everything. A comped player is a player you can ask about any update, and they'll be able to tell you about it. Sing for the Lady, Uncorrupted Ore, The Lost Toys, and Forever Washing Shadows are good examples of comp requirements. They require you to play enough of the content to understand it. In contrast, the trim requirement will be something which requires you to have completed content, to whatever extent is possible. When you see someone with trim, you should see someone who has completed everything. That player knows the game inside and out. If there's something to do, they've done it. Complete Trekkie, Ivan is Flailing, and Memorialized More Than Once are good examples of trim requirements. They require the player to really go above and beyond and exhaust the update, doing everything they can. The one exception to trim are things which we consider so difficult or time-consuming that they don't belong even on trim. These requirements either have such a high skill requirement that the vast majority of the players couldn't ever accomplish them, or involve such a long and mindless grind that we don't want to push players to complete them. Talos 4K is an example of something which is too difficult, while 200 mil XP in a skill is an example of an accomplishment which is too much of a grind. We may still create achievements this hard or this grindy, but those achievements wouldn't be part of trim. Okay, well, like I said earlier, I don't know much about comp, but this actually sounds really great. It's good to know that one day when I seek out this stuff, it'll be more fun to do, or at least for me. So let's move on to the passive benefits of this article. Although the comp cape still exists as a physical object, all the benefits of wearing it have been transformed into passive benefits. The following benefits, which currently are inherited by the comp cape from other capes, will be decoupled from the comp cape and become accessible in-game through other means. As specified above, these will become permanent effects, toggleable or activable depending on the benefit. So here's the list. From the Max Cape, 99 skill capes. Max Guild Teleport, the ability to add 3 skill cape perks to your cape slot. From the Ardone Cloak 4, Kandarin Monastery Teleport. Manor Farm Teleport, Summoning Restore once per day. All task rewards from Ardone tasks that require the cape to be worn. From Ava's Alerter, the Arrow Retrieval Effect. From the Bone Sack, Enchanted. Skeletal Horror Teleport. From Jerrod's Cape, various thieving bonuses and effects. From the Spirit Cape, and 20% less summoning special energy when using summoning scrolls. The only benefit not included here from the current comp cape is the Fire and Kiln Cape effect, which allows for bonus damage when fighting the Ice Strike Worms, as we'd like to return this to being a cape exclusive bonus. Moving on to the changes to achievements, the following achievements have been removed from the comp cape and trim cape requirements: Reaper Crew and How Many Games. The following achievements have been added to the comp cape: Been There, Done That. And the following achievements have been added to the trim comp: Salty, Sandy, EIEIO, and an updated version of Work on Your Artisan. These achievements will have a 1-month grace period, which means you have 1 month to complete them before losing access to your cape. We have the ability to apply grace periods to other achievements if we feel like we need to, but we don't expect this to be the norm. Moving on to the Reaper portion of this article, some bosses from the Reaper requirements are extremely challenging to complete due to their difficulty and their forced group interactions. Therefore, we've removed the Reaper requirements from the comp cape. To make up for removing these requirements from the cape, some of the comp cape stats are now a passive bonus from earning the Reaper Crew achievement. The comp cape stats have been lowered to match the max cape stats. The difference between these stats has now been added as a passive effect, unlocked by completing the Reaper Crew achievement, although a few have been tweaked slightly for balancing reasons. The added stats for completing the Reaper Crew are plus 200 HP, plus 20 armor, plus 2 prayer, plus 12 melee strength, plus 12 range strength, and plus 12 magic strength. Additionally, the music tracks that are locked behind boss encounters will now be unlocked upon starting the fight. Enjoy the tunes. The next segment is Comp Cape Cosmetics. We're adding comp and trim cosmetic overrides. If you've already purchased comp or trim from the REWORK Museum, you'll get these on login. However, if you have not, you'll need to complete the comp and trim achievements, making them available to purchase. I believe these were all the changes for the comp redesign. We have a few miscellaneous details we can still read, so let's go ahead and read them. The Profound Halo Pull. Some of you might have seen the Halo concept art that was released last week. One of these cosmetic items will be awarded to players who have completed the How Many Games achievement. We know that the initial Halo design wasn't well received, so we've gone back to the drawing board. Here's the concept art. The Halo won't be in-game for a while, but we're taking this time to create something that's worth playing all that Castle Wars for. With this in mind, we have now put out a poll among the players who already have the achievement. Slight update. A few lines still need to be translated. Once this has been done, the poll will go live. Let's move on to the Elite Woodcutting Outfit segment. Yes, you read that right. The Elite Woodcutting Outfit will finally be made available in-game. You'll be able to gather woodcutting fragments during all woodcutting activities from level 70. The Sawmill minigame and Overgrown Idols will have an increased chance of dropping fragments compared to other activities. You'll gain even more fragments for participating in the woodcutting skill events during the Breaking the Storm. Okay, that's pretty dope. And the last piece of information is Elf Ears. The Makeover Mage has been working hard to bring you this exclusive collection of Elf Ears, complete with 4 different designs. Which one is your favorite? You'll be able to buy the Elf Ears pack in the Solomon's General Store from June 24th. So today. Okay, this was it for Monday, June 24th's update. If you want to read this article for yourself, I will leave the link in the description. I hope you all really enjoyed this update video. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.